It is a country famous for IKEA, PewDiePie, and Vikings. But there is so much more to learn about this Scandinavian kingdom. As you may have guessed, I'll be talking about Sweden. It's G to the E to the O to the G to the R to the A to the PHY time. In this section, I'll be talking about basic facts that you might want to know about Sweden. The population of Sweden is just under 10 million people according to a 2016 estimate. The capital of Sweden is Stockholm, located in the southeast of the country. The city has a population of just under 1 million people as of the end of 2015. Swedish is the official language of Sweden, but if you don't know how to speak Swedish, fear not. Sweden is the country with the highest English proficiency in the world. The Swedish krona is the national currency of Sweden. The largest note is the 1,000 krona, which is equal to just under £90. The Swedish flag has a blue background and a yellow Scandinavian cross. The Scandinavian cross represents Christianity. The colours were chosen as they were inspired by the coat of arms of Sweden. It was modelled on the Danish flag. Sweden borders Norway and Finland, and it arguably borders Denmark thanks to the E20 road. The largest religion in Sweden by far is Lutheran Christianity, with 63% of the population following it. However, only 4% of people attend church at least once a week, so not many of the followers are active. 5% of the population follow Islam, 2% of the population follow Roman Catholicism, there are around 7,000 people who follow Judaism in Sweden, and the rest follow either other religions or don't believe in a religion at all. In this section, I'll be talking about transport in Sweden. The flag carrier of Sweden is Scandinavian Airlines, which is also a flag carrier in Norway and Denmark. The destinations outside of Europe which Scandinavian Airlines flies to are the United States of America, Israel, Japan and China. It also flies to Thailand seasonally. The largest airport in Sweden is Stockholm Arlanda Airport, which has over 50 airlines flying from it to destinations all around the world. Sweden has a large railway system. It is the 21st largest in the world, with just under 13,000 kilometers of track. There are over 50 individual train lines in Sweden. Gothenburg, Norrköping and Stockholm all have trams too. The capital Stockholm also has an underground system with 7 lines. There are trains which go from Sweden to Denmark, Finland, Germany, Norway and Poland. Most of the lines use train ferries. A normal Swedish number plate looks like a standard EU one and uses the letter S. Taxis have a yellow number plate with a T on the right. Military number plates have yellow writing on a black background. The letters on a normal number plate are the serial number, and the last digit shows what month the car should go for inspection. Taxis can be found all over Sweden, the largest company being Taxi Courier. Most taxis in Sweden are scam-free, so when using them on holiday you shouldn't run into any problems. There are lots of buses in Sweden. Some go around cities, some go across the country, and some even go internationally to places like Norway. In this section I'll be talking about food in Sweden. Swedish food is well known all around the world thanks to a little shop called IKEA. One of the most famous dishes in Sweden is köttbullar och potatis, which is meatballs with potatoes. They are usually served with lingonberry jam. Gravlax is also very popular. It is salmon which is cured with salt and herbs and is usually served on a crisp bread and seasoned with lemon and black pepper. Toast skagen is eaten, which is toast topped with bleak roe, creme fraiche and chopped red onions. Dumplings are also popular in Sweden. They are called pipar. They are made of raw potatoes and flour. They are usually filled with meat. They are usually eaten with butter and lingonberry jam. Sometimes they are made with blood. They are called blodpalt. While we're on the topic of blood, similar to the UK, Swedes often eat black pudding and blood sausage, usually with lingonberry jam but sometimes with bacon. Sweden is also home to what some people call the smelliest food in the world. It is called surströmming, which is fermented Baltic Sea herring. Some airlines have banned surströmming on planes, so Stockholm Airport stopped selling it. If Swedish food isn't for you, don't worry, Sweden has McDonald's, KFC and Subway. Sweden is the only country in the world which has the McBean, which you can see on screen right now, which is the fully vegan McDonald's burger. In this section, I'll be talking about the passport and visas in Sweden. Sweden has the same visa policy as the EU, which means that citizens from every country in Europe get visa-free access except for Russia, Ukraine, Belarus and Kosovo. Most countries from the Americas get visa-free access, but on screen right now is a complete map. Feel free to pause the video now in order to get a better look. If you are from an EU country, an EEA country, or Switzerland, you will not get your passport stamped when entering Sweden. If you are from a country which gets visa-free access but isn't in the category just mentioned, you will get a stamp like the one on the right. A Swedish Schengen visa looks like the image on the left. A Swedish passport is excellent to have, ranking second in the world just behind Germany. A Swedish passport gets you visa-free access to every country in North and South America apart from Cuba. But on screen right now is a complete map of the countries you get visa-free access to if you have a Swedish passport. Feel free to pause the video. Some of the notable countries which Swedish citizens get visa-free access to would be the USA and the EU freedom of movement. Having freedom of movement around the EU is really good, as it allows Swedish citizens to work, travel and live all around the EU without a visa. Having visa-free access to the USA is good because it is a place which doesn't give visa-free access to many countries. Normal Swedish passports are maroon. A Swedish diplomatic passport looks the same but is dark blue and has diplomatic passport in Swedish written on it instead of passport. In conclusion, Sweden is a country which has a great passport, a good transport system and sometimes smelly food.